Combining literature and cooking skills isn't the most traditional pair, but for students in Mrs. Harrod's AP English 4 class, boiling, chopping, mixing, and eating are just what they needed to tie their classwork into a real-world experience. In their latest unit, Mrs. Harrod's students read the novels Purple Hibiscus and Homegoing as part of their African colonialism book clubs.
So we wanted to explore some African food because most of us are unfamiliar with African yams or fufu, and those things are mentioned in the books. So I thought I'd get together with Higby and we would put this all together.
Along with the English 4 students, Chef Higby was able to introduce a new culture to her culinary students while practicing their kitchen skills during this cross-curricular lesson.
Ms. Harrod asked if we could join forces and do the African foods. I was super excited about it. So I had never personally cooked African food before. And so by doing this, we were able to collaborate and I got to learn too. So it's really fun.
The classes collaborated to make a dish called fufu, which is a doughy ball made from African yams. To senior English student Stephanie Sanchez, the potato-like snack was not what she expected.
It was a good experience. I like trying different foods from different cultures and, not just eating the basic American foods every day. So, it was different from what I was expecting, but it wasn't bad and I still enjoyed the experience. The fufu was really bland and it was really chewy like dough, but like without any flavor. And the yam tasted a lot like just regular, like just diced potatoes. But the sauce was good. It tasted like spicy marinara.
Culinary students were able to utilize their knife skills by practicing their dice cut, while English students made connections to their readings with something tangible.
Well, we had just read about the culture a lot and just I noticed through the books and stuff that food was a huge part of their culture. They ate to celebrate. They ate as to gather together, especially as a family. And so I'd actually researched some of these foods before while I was reading because I was really curious about it. And so being able to taste it and also try that was a really cool experience.
Culinary student Malak Mustafa compared the experience to her own culture and home life.
I made it different ways, but Miss Harrod came and taught us a new way to make it. But I also got to share my experience on how to actually, how I've made it personally. But I actually liked how we made it today. And I liked how, interpreting how I made it at home, and just brought me back how I got to interpret my home life into culinary, which I like doing because not all the time we make food that's home-based.
Mrs. Harrod hopes to give her students all the opportunities she possibly can to form connections and truly appreciate learning.
I hope they'll have more of a cultural understanding of the books that we've read. They got the book part, and so hopefully this will kind of help fill in that cultural gap.
Curricular partnerships such as this one will surely create a new level of connection and learning to the traditional classroom experience.
It was really cool and something out of the ordinary, and just made my learning experience more positive than if I was just reading it in a book.
For Ryan High School's Raider Media, I'm Kaley Bonilla.